It is the RIOT podcast. I am Hudson. Nikki is here for another fine week.
Well, do we want to guarantee that? Like, that seemed like that was pretty sure, but I don't want to get out of the gate with that confidence.
Well, let's just start with some optimism. How about that?
I guess that is being optimistic.
Yeah.
Maybe you just added one too many fines in there for me to be confident.
There was maybe a little level of sarcasm, but
okay, good.
We'll see. I'm hopeful.
Well, we do have a lot of fun stuff planned this week. So today, though, we hopefully have some stories that'll entice you and just get you ready for your first podcast of the week.
Yep. My favorite story of the day is the crypto toilet in Korea.
You really like that.
I do. I think it's a great idea. Why can't we have money for doing things that everybody has to do?
I guess that's good. You'll learn about this special toilet, which you'll never use because it's in Korea at a college, but an interesting eye with it. Did you add the horseflies? That's my favorite, most interesting part.
That was your favorite?
Yeah, just the fact that
trying to figure out what happened with my horsefly bite.
It's more because you got bit twice.
Yeah. Hey, it was thirsty.
I know.
It needed some blood.
I don't normally hear of such vengeance with insects.
Yeah.
Like it has the intelligence to come back at you twice.
Yeah.
That to me is kind of fascinating.
I wonder after it bit me the first time, maybe it just thought that I was an easy target at that point. It's like, this guy, normally people run away. Why would this guy run away?
I'm going to bite him again.
Yeah.
And I just forgot horseflies can bite. And there's a lot when you look into them. I didn't know that.
I always knew, I remember as a kid, like that you had to watch out for them, but I'd never been bit by one that I know of until over the weekend.
Well,
and
got
it was
you good.
Frightening. Yeah.
Got you twice.
Let's see. We also talked about the python hunting challenge in Florida.
Oh, and how it might be a good date.
Yeah. I think for a certain couple, I think it could really work out. And finally, what led to a lot of discussion is the woman that was duct taped to her seat on an American Airlines flight. And we talked about that for a while.
We got a lot of text messages about it, but I didn't get one that said if they thought it was right or wrong.
Yeah.
It was more like can someone open a plane door?
Yeah.
Which is why she was duct taped. But
Right.
I'd be curious if anybody has any moral objections or are they okay with her being duct taped because of what she was doing?
Right. Yeah, that's
no one's
what I was interested with as well.
Yes or no.
At the end of the day, I think it's fine that they wanted to restrain her.
Yeah.
But it's 2021, and the best way we can restrain somebody on a plane is with duct tape.
Hey, can I tell you how many times I've been in a situation where I needed duct tape
You
and we
wish
didn't have
to
one?
restrain people? Yeah.
Not restraining, but like this banner won't stay up.
Yeah.
And we wished we had duct tape, so I'm surprised they had that like today.
Yeah.
Was that on the plane?
They should make travel size duct tape, not like a roll, but what if they made it where you could keep it in your wallet or your purse and like the size of a money,
or like a little dental floss sort of thing, but instead it was duct tape.
Right. I'm thinking like it's you put it in your wallet and it's the size of like a dollar bill, and then you just rip off like the strips are that long. And you have like 5 strips there.
Work on that idea.
Yeah.
That could be actually pretty good. It won't be enough to restrain someone.
No, not really.
But it'll
you
do
could
the
hold
trick.
up your banner.
I know, that's what I need it for. So text and tell me, I don't know, what's our thoughts on anything. You could text 877-2-RADIO-U. And we do appreciate you guys, as always, listening to this podcast today.
Yes, absolutely. So subscribe, unsubscribe, then resubscribe and leave a review. Boost us up the rankings.
And
we want to be number 1 in whatever ranking we can be number 1 in.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
The RIOT isn't all bad, but this is the worst of the RIOT. RadioU.
Good morning. Hopefully everybody had a wonderful weekend.
Yeah, how was yours?
It was pretty good.
Anything
I think
interesting or no?
No, that's why. It was pretty good.
It's good.
Sometimes when there is lots of stuff, then it's not so good.
It gets to be too much?
Yeah, it seems like I think I'd call it a successful weekend.
Oh, okay. Well, I had a lot going on.
Oh, the opposite.
I don't know how much. Well, it wasn't that I was busy, but just things happened.
Yeah.
The worst of which was I got bit by some biting insect. I'm pretty sure it was a horsefly. And
it bite?
It bit me. Oh, yeah. It bit me twice, whatever it was. and that was on Saturday.
It went back.
Yeah, it
wanted
did.
to eat you twice.
I tasted so good, I guess, and it still hurts.
Aw.
Is that bad? Should I go to the hospital?
Well, like, is there a welt or a
No,
rash?
not really. That's the weird thing. You can see on one of the bites where it's teeth or whatever, like there's a little red mark and like it's slightly red, like a rash in the area. And then you can see where it actually bit. But it still hurts. Both places where it bit me, especially, and it feels like it alternates between the two.
Weird.
Yeah, isn't that strange?
Okay, I looked it up, and that's the worst.
The horsefly is the worst?
No, just to like see the treatment symptoms, that sort of thing.
Yeah, you don't want to look it up.
You don't want to see what's actually going to happen. It says a horsefly bite can heal on its own in a few days. Watch the area for signs of infection. If you have any unusual symptoms, you should consult your doctor then.
Is it unusual if it makes it hurt more when I wash my hands?
Okay,
is that unusual? It feels unusual.
Okay, I'll Google that one too. Horsefly. That is so odd. Horsefly bite hurts more with water. It doesn't automatically pull up.
Yeah, so that means it's unusual, and I better go get it checked out.
Well, it talks about like horseflies are common in areas around bodies of water.
Okay.
How do you soothe a horsefly bite? Don't scratch it.
Uh-oh.
Clean the bite with warm water. Ice it for any inflammation or pain. Hydrocortisone cream. I don't see anything else about the other stuff.
Okay, well, I guess I better go get some ice. Gosh, it's been 2 days.
That's the worst, too, when you go to the doctor and you're like, you sound crazy.
Yeah.
You're like, when I wash my hands, it really hurts.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, like it irritates it when the water gets around it. And I don't even mean with soap, just like when I've been running water to wash dishes or something, it'll just get extra painful. Well, not like crippling pain,
but just enough.
Noticeable, yeah.
Oh my gosh. It says it can trigger like allergic reactions.
Okay.
And maybe the water part will trigger that for you.
Okay.
Excessive swelling, redness, some other symptoms I won't say on air.
Uh-oh. I don't think I'm having whatever that might be.
They're saying that the heat wave and stuff can cause more horsefly bites.
Huh. Yeah.
Weird.
Maybe they're on edge.
Just stay over there. I don't want any of that. I don't want that to be contagious.
Do you know what's weird? This maybe showcases a problem that I have. It bit me out by my wood pile. I was messing with the wood pile. I had a bonfire.
Yeah.
And it popped out, attacked me because I guess I was hiding in there. And so at first I ran because the second time it bit me, like it really hurt. And so I ran away. But then I found myself later. I was like, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go find that. Like I really wanted to go get revenge on the horsefly that got me, as if he would still be hiding in the wood pile.
Did you kill him?
No, I don't. I never went back.
Oh, you will one
Not
day.
looking for him. Not looking for him anyways.
Says once a horsefly is locked in, it'll eat blood from your skin, and it can cause a sharp burning sensation.
Yep, that's it.
Itchiness, inflammation, swelling. You may even develop a bruise.
The worst podcast with the best listeners. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
It's time for Nikki's favorite segment.
What do we got?
Space News.
Yay! The one guy went up to the one thing yesterday, and all was well.
The billionaire that you forgot about, Richard Branson. He hasn't really been as much in the news. He's not. He used to be the type of guy that was always making headlines because he's very. I don't know what the right word is.
Well, think of him like a business like Elon Musk. And I'm not saying Elon Musk is not business like, but he was more just old school.
Yeah.
But he seemed like he always wanted to go to space. It was just less eclectic.
Yeah. He was, that's a great point. He was like Elon Musk, like kind of the fun billionaire, but he was more buttoned up business wise.
Yeah.
But he was always like, I'm going to go to space. And he had TV shows and stuff. And now he's finally done it. He's beat Elon. He's beat Jeff Bezos. He's beat everybody else that was working on this, as Richard Branson and a crew of about 3 other people flew to the edge of space yesterday on Virgin Galactic Flight what did they call it? What was the spaceship? The Unity, the VSS Unity.
I think it was maybe Saturday that they were saying it probably wasn't going to happen.
Really?
And just for a moment, I was like, oh, well, that's too bad.
Yeah.
The billionaire guy seemed to really want to go up his space.
You really want something to go his way.
But then it looked like on Sunday, obviously, everything went fine.
It did. It panned out. It says that it was him. It was 3 Virgin Galactic employees, Beth Moses, Colin Bennett, and Sarisha Bandla. And they all went. Now, I like how they put that Richard Branson went as a mission specialist, testing the passenger experience for future customers.
So
they need to give him a title. They need to give him a title. He was just going for fun.
I know,
Let's just be honest about it.
That means he wasn't like officially doing anything or had any like specialized training for it.
Oh, yeah, I don't think he did.
That's when they're just trying to nicely say, so you're sitting there, but you paid the most out of everybody.
He's playing the role of Justin Bieber, Lady Gaga, Tom Hanks. These are all people who have already purchased tickets to go up in this flight in the future.
But they've never gone up yet?
No. No, they have not.
250,000.
Yeah, not 25.
You keep trying to make things less
read
expensive.
Numbers. I cannot read numbers.
Well, then you're not going to space.
And I'm not going to be on the radio anymore because I'm going to misrepresent numbers.
They're going to go and be like, no, Hudson said $25,000.
Right.
It's $250,000.
And we're going to get sued for misrepresenting. But here was the crazy thing about it. Guess how long the flight actually took?
It's only like 6 or 7 hours.
It was 1 hour.
1 hour?
1 hour from takeoff to return. They go up, they fly up and whatever, push through the atmosphere. They turn off the engines and they get 5 minutes of weightlessness.
And then you go back
where
down.
they're just floating before the gravity starts to pull them back and then they do their landing. So, I don't know. What is that? 25 minutes up, 25 minutes back. And then that's it.
I know they say like you get your astronaut wings and stuff, but I feel like that's not an astronaut.
No.
I mean, you're close to it, far closer than I'll ever go. But like, it's not the same as in space.
Right. That's
you're
not
just right at that sweet spot before you get there.
How long do you have to be in space before you're really an astronaut?
I think if you are a part of a thing where there's like a window in, you're in, and you have to spend a few days. And there's a window back down.
Okay.
Like you can't just go 1 hour is not enough.
This is the equivalent of you drove through the corner of South Dakota, and so you're adding it to your map of states that you've been to.
Hey, Hudson, this is the equivalent of you flew over South Dakota and you're counting it. You didn't even land.
Yeah, you barely looked at it, but they're counting it.
But again,
I mean, still, it's closer than we've all been.
That is true. So we're giving him props at least for that. But when you go up for 1 hour and that includes the travel,
hey, you spend $250,000, it counts.
I guess
you're going to count it at the end of the day.
You will absolutely count it.
Giving every novelty food the publicity it so blatantly desires. It's The Riot on Radio U.
And now for a look at a local holiday that was called Distasteful and Puerile by a panel of rednecks. It's the Florida Python Challenge, which is literally, yes, it's literally a Simpsons episode. And
for the whacking
day. Yeah. And I don't know if Barry White is involved in the Florida version, but you could win $10,000 this week if you get down to Florida and kill the most pythons.
So did it start this past Friday or is it this Friday?
Let's see. This Friday, because it goes through the 18th, which is this Friday, right? Or is that Saturday?
They want to reduce the number of Burmese pythons that are a plague. It's so bad when like you're in an area where there's so many bad things. Yeah. And it's like you're even worse than that.
Right.
It's like the Burmese pythons are bad when it's hurting even the bad things already there.
Right. There's not enough other bad things to outweigh the Burmese python. Because you'd think maybe they could be helpful. They're eating all the mice or something.
No, it destroys. It's basically it threatens the native wildlife in the Everglades. And sometimes when you put non-native things in an area, they won't flourish.
Yeah,
they'll just, they'll die out or they'll have a very hard time.
Right.
The problem is the Burmese python's really comfortable in the Everglades. And it got too comfortable and they get too big and they literally will just destroy the wildlife there. So I guess you do have till Sunday for the Florida Python Challenge.
Yeah, and there's all kinds of prizes you could win. Again, the grand prize, if you just kill the most pythons, you get $10,000.
Woo!
If you kill the longest of the pythons, whichever, like if they're keeping track, you're looking for the longest, and you get $750 just for that.
So if you win all like the prizes, you can make more than $10,000 then.
Yeah, of course. If you like ran the board and did the whole, wound up winning all of the awards, you're the best snake catcher.
Wonder if you
snake
get
killer.
a medal or a trophy to go with it.
Probably.
It takes place over more than 1.5 million acres in South and Southwest Florida.
The pythons themselves, their bodies that you can hang throughout your house, that's the real trophy.
Woo! I think you turn them in. Don't they probably sell them for something?
I don't know. I mean, you killed them. They belong to you.
No, I think
finders keepers.
No, and we're all losers at that point. We're all losing.
Can you imagine? It's one thing. It's one thing when you walked into somebody's house or you see them out in public and they've got a snake around. You know, some people don't like snake guy, the snake pet person.
Sure.
But it would be a whole different level if you just went on a Tinder date with somebody and they bring you back to their and they have dead snakes hanging everywhere. Oh.
Actually, it'd be bad too if
that's a red flag.
If they invited you on your first date and it was for the Python challenge. He's like,
hey,
here,
you can make some lasting memories there. You really get to know a person.
You can make some money, and he's like, here, hold my bag. I'm getting him.
You see, he's just like, stand there, and all of a sudden, he jumps into the water.
Yes, he grabs it. It's like, guys,
wrestling.
This can get us $10,000.
Get my stick. Get my whacking stick.
Man, I'd be all into that if we could actually get some money. But I don't know how many people partake in it. So I don't know like how your chances are. But they say tens of thousands of pythons could live in around the Everglades. They just don't know because they are more than capable of continuing to grow there.
Yeah, even with the python hunt, they'll still probably continue to flourish out there for a while. I wonder how many waivers you have to sign to be a part of this, because it feels dangerous.
It feels dangerous, but it also feels like, okay, go on out.
Yeah.
Just bring back something.
It's not our problem.
Hey, it could be worse. Oh, wait. The Worst of the Riot podcast.
We've got a grease crime syndicate in New York State near Albany. And I don't mean that they're out there like in leather jackets singing, tell me more, tell me more. Was it love at first sight?
So it's a, like grease?
Like they're actually stealing grease. It's not the cast of Grease, although that would also be newsworthy.
Hey, can you imagine if you were cosplaying as the cast of Grease as you stole all this grease?
Looking like young John Travolta out there. Don't mess with him. Hey, he'd rough you up.
They might leave you alone if you try to commit a crime that way if you were dressed up. But you mean like grease as in like cooking oil stuff?
Yeah, they're going through a crime syndicate that has stolen, it sounds like 300.
You can't.
Can I ever?
You can't.
Ever once.
You always
say the number the right way the first time.
You take zero off every time.
Every time. $300,000 per week as a result of the thefts. That's what the Buffalo-based company Buffalo Biodiesel is saying.
Oh, they say that the scheme was to basically get cooking oil that restaurants, local ones, would sell to third-party refiner locations.
Yep.
And instead, they take the grease and they sell it on the black market.
Yeah, which is, again, a Simpsons episode.
Everything is.
Everything has happened in The Simpsons. Homer and Bart, remember? Bart skips. Homer takes Bart out of school so they start by cooking bacon.
I don't think I remember this one.
You don't remember this one?
No, I don't.
It's for, I don't remember how Homer realizes, but he finds out that you can sell grease for money. So he starts cooking bacon and they're feeding all the bacon to the dog. And then they take that bacon grease and it was only 23 cents.
Yes, now
so
I
then
remember.
They start going and they steal it from the school and groundskeeper Willie gets naked and chases them through and it ruins the school dance. And
you remember everything.
I do. It's a great Simpsons episode. It really is.
They said this started about 2 years ago and it's gotten worse for stealing grease. And they have contracts with restaurants to purchase the oil. They recycle it. It goes into renewable biofuels, all this stuff that we're really not as into knowing about. But they say that they come in and instead steal it from the restaurants before they can get it.
Yeah, so the restaurants are if you've ever worked in a restaurant, you know this, that they just collect all of the grease and it's in a grease trap. And when the days when they
siphoning.
Well,
the only siphoning I know is when people like use the hose to siphon it.
I believe that, that's kind of what they do. Because to be honest with you, I know that if you just showed up at a restaurant and you were like, hey, I'm the grease guy, they would probably just let you in and let you empty the grease trap, because they come so infrequently that unless you happen to come like 2 days after the actual grease people came, they probably just let you in and come empty the grease trap. And man, if you've ever been there for the grease trap emptying, it smells horrible. It is the worst.
But listen to this money you get with it. So
yeah,
they say
it's worth
that
it.
100 pounds of what they call yellow grease currently sells for $44.50.
Uh-huh.
It used to be $25 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of money you can make in it.
Your arteries are clogged with yellow gold.
I know. You're like, can I siphon it out of my own body and stuff to try to sell it for some money? So you can get a lot of money. They say that this company has annually probably lost out on $15 million because of people stealing the grease.
Wow. Well, now you know what crime you need to get into. You need some nose plugs.
I think I'm going to run it from the office, but I will send you out to go collect
You'll be the brains behind, and I'll be the brawn.
I'm going to send you out to go collect the traps for the maybe $15 million we could maybe make.
Yeah. Oh man. In our city, there's so many restaurants.
Oh yeah.
We could get away with it.
Honestly, they might even just let you have it if they don't have a contract.
That's what I'm thinking. Like they probably, there's some places where the grease trap around here hasn't been emptied in years.
That's money, guys. It's gold.
They're just happy that somebody's going to come take it away.
That's going to be us.
Get it out. Yes, it's going to be us. We're going to make the money off of it. Now we just need to figure out where to sell it. Because I don't know about that.
Oh, I'm sure that's a Facebook marketplace. I'm sure it's somewhere there.
Where do you go when you need someone to listen to your problems and give you a big hug? Not here. Obviously, this is The Riot on Radio U.
There you are. You're just sitting on your porch in Atascadero, California, when suddenly, out of the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's a parachuter who doesn't have a parachute properly working, and he falls right through your roof.
The pictures are just crazy to see.
Yeah, this guy, he's a British soldier. They were doing training exercises in California. He jumps out of the plane, 15,000 feet. I got the number right there.
Thank you.
15,000 feet above ground.
Otherwise, he always would just say 1,500.
Right, 1,500 feet.
Wow, how'd you do that?
Is that even safe?
I don't think so.
Neither one is safe if you don't have a parachute.
Sure.
So he jumps 15,000 feet out of the air. His initial parachute didn't deploy correctly, and he wasn't able to open his backup emergency parachute in time, so he just crashes down with like a partially opened parachute.
Yeah, they said it wouldn't fully deploy.
Yep.
So I mean, he had something, but not the full parachute that you want.
Right. So he had no control and not a lot of parachute to slow him down, and he winds up crashing through the roof of this just residential home in Atascadero, California. And then you see the pictures, and man, looking through the roof, it seems like that would be some pretty significant injuries for him. I mean, you're falling 15,000 feet out of the air.
He went to the hospital, but they said like he was, and I know sometimes they want to maybe downplay.
Sure.
But they're saying like he was okay. Like he just had minor injuries. And thankfully the homeowners weren't actually home. It was like in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So when he crashed through their roof, they were not there too. But he was treated in the hospital and minor injuries.
Yeah, but you see pictures of him in
the kitchen.
Right. He's just lying on the ground there, and of course the people that went and found him and were trying to help him out are like, don't move him.
Yeah.
Because, when you get back injuries potentially like that moving can be a bad thing unless you've got professionals doing it, whatever. So they're like, don't move him. So he's just lying there in full paratrooper garb, lying on the floor of the kitchen with a hole above his head where the sun's shining down.
And they're saying it's pretty much a miracle that just how he was able to survive, especially with the minor injuries, because to crash through after jumping that 15,000 feet and not having a full parachute open, that it was a miracle he did not have worse injuries.
And to add insult to the minor injuries, he failed the training exercise.
Well, okay, now, did they fail him because...
That's what they said.
Not because of this, though, right? That's not his fault.
Well, no, it's not, but he could... you have to be prepared if this happens in real life.
Well,
what do you do?
What do you do?
You need to open your other parachute quicker. He failed.
I think what you do is exactly what happened here. It's not that you can do anything.
But you have a backup parachute. He was too slow.
Too slow to open it.
If you die, you fail the exercise. And if this happened in the wild,
no.
he would have died.
No. Thankfully, he's okay.
Yes.
Minor injuries, recovering well. And that is a shame you didn't pass him right on to the next thing.
Well,
so now he's going to have to do it again?
Probably, if he's up for it.
Oh, I'd be like, suddenly I don't think I can jump out of planes anymore.
Yeah, maybe he'll just go on to be an accountant or something instead. Something safely on the ground.
You would make a good commander then, because you wouldn't even budge.
Those who can't do, teach. So he should teach. He can say to all of the student paratroopers, don't make the same mistake I did.
And you'd actually listen to him on that one.
Because you see this scar? This is where I fell through a roof in a Tascadero.
Do you see these pictures? That's me on the
That's
floor.
That's me on the ground.
Kitchen.
They said, don't move me. I could be paralyzed.
Well,
you don't want that to be you?
I'm glad he survived then, because that is a miracle.
He's learned a valuable lesson. He'll never make that mistake again, I hope.
What's worse than the worst of the riot? The Worst of the Riot podcast. Yeah. You did this to yourself. Podcast. Riot. Radio U.
So over the weekend, some video showed up of a woman on an American Airlines flight where she's duct taped to the seat.
Did you see it?
Yeah, it's wild, isn't it?
And at first I was like, what did she do? But she was the one who was trying to open the plane door.
She was, trying to open the plane door.
While it was in flight.
Yeah, she attacked the flight attendant, it seems. So now there was a whole debate of, are you supposed to, is it okay for the flight attendants to duct tape her to the seat like that? Even though that feels a little inhumane, but then again,
they were saying
she's trying to open she's trying to open the flight door.
Yeah. I don't know if they have straps or rope.
Yeah, it feels like they should have something more official.
Yeah, but you'd be just as mad if you saw someone tied up with rope.
Yeah, but I don't know if they had. I feel that if they had something that just looks official, that's not going to rip your hair out when they let you free.
What airline was? Oh,
American Airlines.
Like it was seatbelts, just that sort of strap.
Really significant straps that would hold you down. But I don't know, maybe because the duct tape feels like it could be unsafe. Like somebody could, I don't know, they could have trouble breathing or something. At least they could say that.
I think they were just trying to get her to stop.
Yeah.
And she has duct tape around her mouth, though. The TikTok that I watched when someone was leaving the plane, I think she was screaming. So, I don't know how long that stayed on.
Yeah.
But they said that she just kind of lost it during the flight, and she attacked the flight crew, tried to open the door mid-flight, and that's when they duct taped her to the seat.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, you really wish that there was some more official way that they could handle this. And everybody, if you look at what people are saying about it, it's why isn't there an air marshal on a flight?
I don't think we have those
I don't know why we assume if we do, they're not on every single flight ever, which kind of means why are they on any? But there's not air marshals on every flight like we all think. That's probably just something that you and we all believe in our minds just to make us feel better for some reason. But there's not that many air marshals.
They say that everybody was starting to whisper because something was going on. That's the worst when you're in the back of the plane.
Yeah.
First off, you're in the back of the plane.
Right, that's bad.
Second, you know something's going on. They said everybody was whispering. They locked the bathrooms.
Uh-oh.
They started grabbing bags from the overhead bins. This was the crew.
Yeah.
And they said there was just some sort of chaos going on. And then finally, the pilot spoke and told everybody that there was a bad situation in the plane right now. And then everybody started to get the details, and they heard her screaming, and they were about to land. That's when they explained that she had an outburst and she had the urge to get off the plane.
Yeah.
That was the duct tape lady.
Jeesh.
And she was saying, I need to get off this plane. And she went to the exits and started banging on the doors and screaming, you need to let me off the plane.
Yeah. They should have just let her out.
Then I think that doesn't work for the rest. It took 5 flight attendants to subdue her and take her down. So that's why they duct taped her.
I wonder do we actually know what happens when you just open the plane door? Does it wreck everything?
I only know from TV shows, and I think it sucks all the stuff out.
Yeah, but I don't think that actually happens.
I think it does.
I don't think it does.
Well, why would they put it in TV shows?
to make it dramatic.
It is
There's
dramatic.
also a lot of TV shows where you're watching the people get ready to jump out of a plane and everybody's just sitting in there all fine.
Well, maybe that is true. I don't know what is.
Maybe if they just, you know what? Just turn on the seatbelt sign. You're strapped into your seat. You're not going to go anywhere.
No.
Let the woman.
No.
She needed to get off.
No, you're not supposed
Just let
to
her
do
jump
that.
out. It solves all the problems.
I think that's a bigger lawsuit than just the lawsuit of duct taping the lady to the seat.
She can't lawsuit you if she's dead.
The family would.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
No, I don't know about all that.
The Riot with Hudson and Nikki. Oh my God, no way. On Radio U.
No way, no way.
Lots of people texting in as we talk about the woman that was duct taped to her seat on an American Airlines flight over the weekend. She was trying to open the door. She had attacked flight attendants. And so they wound up having to restrain her with duct tape.
They said that basically she had sort of a breakdown.
Yep.
And I noticed, this is the things that I noticed. I was like, they duct tape her in first class.
Yeah.
And I wonder if she started off there, because if not, that's a way to get to first class.
Yeah, there you go. That's all you need to do is have a meltdown.
And then they'll duct tape
Try
you.
to open the door on a plane in
Can you
flight.
imagine at least the leg room you would have during the flight?
You can't move, but at least your legs wouldn't be in your chest.
That would be nice.
So we had some text because I was saying just let her open the door.
You can't. And then I said, well, according to movies and TV shows,
Yeah.
the things that wouldn't be like seatbelted down, you would be sucked out of the plane. Maybe not everything, but to me, it seems like it could also just take the top of the plane off for some reason. Like, it's that bad in my mind.
Well, what we're seeing in text from people who, I mean, let's be honest, they might not know, but people are texting in and let's see. Luke says you physically can't open the aircraft door. Actually, he wasn't the only one to say that either. Luke and Becca both got in saying that you can't open the door because of the pressure. So why do they even have the door?
Well, you would have to be so strong.
Yeah.
But have you seen someone when they're just out of control? What if that's like that moment of like superhero power?
Yeah, I would take my chances. Why don't they? See, problem solved. Just let her try to open the door. She's not going to be able to do it.
It keeps her busy? Is that what you're
keeps
saying?
her occupied.
She's not a little baby.
It seems like she kind of is. It kind of seems like she is.
No.
Just let her do her thing. And she's not going to, as long as she's not hurting anybody.
Until the flight lands?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want to sit there while someone's trying to get out the plane
That would be
actually
it would
happening.
be stressful, especially because all the people on the plane. It'd be funny. The pilot comes over the loudspeakers. Hey, everyone. Attention. We want to let you know that this lady right here, she's going to be trying to open the plane door.
She's
having a meltdown. I just want to assure you that she's not going to be able to. So just, try to ignore her. Let her go with that. And we'll be landing in Dallas in about 20 minutes.
This isn't the case of like if you ignore someone, they stop.
Maybe it is. She just tires herself out.
Again, it's not a child. It's not a child. She's having a problem. Let's see. Jason's,
She's acting like one, though.
Well, you can't help that, though.
Just give her a cookie.
Just let
her bang on the door for a while, and it's all good.
Jason said, because you had mentioned, like, what about a jump plane?
Yeah.
Airlines are pressurized. Jump planes are not.
Oh, okay. So that explains that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but see, unless they depressurize the airplane, the door is stuck shut. Everybody's safe.
I don't think I want to fly with you if there's an emergency going on.
Yeah?
Because I don't know if
you just got to be a cool head. And I'm just
but
saying she's not the cool head. If all of us, if we just do our part and maintain a state of calm, then she can do whatever she wants.
But you seem to want to leave her to be about the cabin. And I think, the duct taping or at least the sitting down and making her have to sit down probably was the better idea instead of letting her bang on the door.
If she goes to her seat and you're duct taping her into the seat and you have to duct tape her mouth so she can't scream, that sounds pretty disruptive.
Well,
it sounds like we're not going to have a fun flight.
No one's having a fun flight anyways. Whether someone's trying to jump out or not.
If she's just banging on the door,
no.
You can put your headphones in. You're a few rows back. It's not your concern.
That's why I'm not on the plane with you. No. Hudson's like, what? What's going on?
What's the big deal?
No, thank you.
You can put up with a lot if it's only for a one flight.
That's what you say.
We all do it. We've all been on flights where we have to handle a lot. And usually it's the seat right near you. She's way off at the door. Don't worry about it.
Just ignore her.
Just let her do her thing.
I don't even want points anymore. I want some sort of money back if I have to sit through that flight.
Yeah. Either way, I think there should be some compensation
That would
for
be
us
good.
having to deal with this woman.
Well, you don't like that someone had problems like that. But according to Hudson, if you just ignore her, she'll stop.
I think they need to, some airline needs to employ me and look at my creative solutions to solving problems.
No, they don't do the air marshals, but you have Hudson on the flight, and he's like the problem solver.
Yeah, I'm the fixer. I'm just like, hey, just everybody take it easy. As long as they don't have a weapon, which we went through TSA. They don't even have a bottle of shampoo. We're all good.
Just let her be.
Yeah.
We've done you a favor by selecting the best of the worst and compiling it all in one place. Riot Podcast Radio U.
This is so amazing.
Is amazing the right word?
It is. I am, as a radio personality, I love this story. It is in South Korea at one university. Professors have designed a toilet that generates power from poop. So it uses a small amount of water and a vacuum to suck up the feces after you use the toilet.
Aww, these are those words.
And it converts the methane from the feces into an energy source. So students who use the toilet are rewarded. Now, it says they get rewarded with a digital currency called gugul.
Yeah, so you get stuff through there.
Which means honey in Korean. And they can use that to buy stuff at the market on campus. And they are using the power from the poop in this toilet to power one university building. They use it to make coffee and just keep the lights on around there. And you can spend the currency on anything in the market, from bananas to stationery to books to instant cup noodles. You can do it all.
If you use the toilet, you get 10 units of digital currency.
Yes.
But then the problem is okay, everybody goes to the bathroom.
Yep.
But they would know what you were doing if you went to that bathroom. Because you're supposed to be going that.
Yeah, but you know what? All of a sudden, you're walking around big man on campus because you've got
a free
all
banana?
this. Think about all this gugul. It's like, look at that guy. Why is he living so large?
Rich with it.
Because he's eating a lot of Fiber One brownies, I heard.
I guess. And, I don't know
it's really working out for him because now he's rich.
I don't know about the shame of just, everybody knowing what's going on.
Well, listen to this student right here. A quote from a guy who actually has been using it. And where did it go? He says he sees his feces now as a treasure because of the new toilet. He says, this is a quote, "I even talk about feces during meal times to think about buying any book I want."
Well, then
he must love to read.
Yeah, he must.
And he reads the books while he's on the toilet.
Man.
So it's just a circle of life right there. The gift that keeps on giving.
You just have to go to the bathroom, but you're in your dorm and you're like, no, I gotta go. And you're running all the way to that toilet.
It says also, I don't know exactly how it works. I guess it just makes it powers the whole building. The building must have the market in it. And so you can buy really all of your food and stuff there, because it says you can also use it to get coffee. And so I just picture the coffee pot kicks on. And
everybody's
like, oh, somebody's in there.
Well,
somebody's in there.
Coffee is going to lead to that. Carl just texted and said, with my dietary habits, I'd be a millionaire.
Yeah. There you go.
You'd have all of this cryptocurrency.
I think we'd all we'd get cleared out.
Now,
we'd really make sure that our bowel health is really in ship shape.
Hudson, Stacy just texted, come on, guys, I'm eating breakfast. All right.
Well, he says this student says he talks about it during mealtime.
Well, that's because he's making money off of it. We're not.
We all should be. Let's put these toilets everywhere. I'm 100% for it.
You almost missed hearing this one. We just couldn't let that happen. The worst of the riot. Radio U.
Over the weekend, I forgot to mention this. I tried putting Cheetos on a burger.
Ooh, how was that?
Underwhelming, actually. I feel that I put the crunchy ones on because they fit a lot better on a burger. But I don't think I could put enough on to get enough flavor to where the burger, and really it was because I had already put mayo, ketchup, and mustard on. That kind of overwhelmed any of the Cheeto flavor.
Yeah.
So maybe I needed either more Cheetos or less condiments.
Well, I think if you still add cheese and the Cheetos, because then that way the Cheetos are really just for the crunch. If you ever do a hamburger or a sandwich and you add like potato chips or like fries, I love it because it's just another layer of texture.
That's true. It added a lot of, it was texture. The crunch to it. Yeah.
Because if not, when you get usually like a fast food hamburger, it's not as interesting as it can be. Yep. So when you put it all together, you're like, oh, here's some crunch here. It's not so mushy there.
So all that said, we're a fan here of trying new things on burgers. And apparently Burger King in Malaysia is as well. They now have chocolate melt burgers.
Ooh, it's like a sauce though.
And chocolate melt crispy chicken sandwich.
That one looks good too.
Yeah, so it is a burger with a chocolate sauce. And really you can do this at home. You just go get the Hershey syrup.
Oh, I wonder if it's the same.
I'm pretty sure it would be at least similar to give you an idea. And then crispy fried onions, American cheese, mayo added on there, and beef bacon, which is beef and bacon, but it really sounds like something you say if somebody's lying to you, like, don't you be faking me, Nikki.
Well, it also
don't you be faking.
It seems like an alternative, but it's actually in Malaysia. That's how they say when it's beef bacon, they call it beef bacon.
Oh, what even is beef bacon?
It's all beef instead of pork.
What? Yeah, how do you do beef bacon?
Well, I know you can. You take a cow, and the cow is older and ready to go.
Why don't we have beef bacon in the United States?
Maybe it's just too. Oh, well, because they probably don't do pork as much.
Yeah, but why don't we have it?
We are fine with pork. Everybody's fine with it.
I bet. What are the odds? Beef bacon has to be better than turkey bacon, don't you think?
I am sure it is.
It has to be. So why don't we sell that?
Well, we have enough alternatives it is.
You can never have enough alternative bacon.
Well, they're already providing chocolate sauce. So let's do one step at a time. And then the chicken version of it, the chocolate sauce has the onions as well. Chicken bacon. So it's like turkey bacon, but made of chicken.
That's a lot of chicken.
American cheese. And then it's on a toasted sesame bun.
2 crispy chicken patties.
Man,
they're going all out with that.
So this is in Burger King, Malaysia. They're doing the chocolate sauce that you can then drizzle over the food that you're getting. There's also sweet potato fries made with 3 different color types of sweet potatoes that they're offering for their chocolate melt menu.
Ooh, you know what sounds good though?
What?
Putting the chocolate sauce on your fries.
Yeah, in Japan they do that a lot. They do.
McDonald's. Now that's an idea. See, I like dipping.
Drizzle.
I like dipping in the fries in the frosty. So I think the chocolate on the fries is actually a real winner of an idea.
I get behind that.
And putting the chicken nuggets in the frosty can be good too. So maybe that lends itself to saying that the chocolate sauce on the chicken sandwich would be good. So I'm very intrigued by this.
Well, you have to do it on your own because we're not in Malaysia.
I'm going to go get some Hershey syrup and we'll do it.
Try it this lunch and let us know and just pour chocolate sauce on your hamburger.
But it's not going to be Burger King, though.
Well, no.
I'm not even dealing with that.
No one said that.
You go to Burger King, they might accidentally put chocolate sauce on your burger.
You're like, how do you think this came about?
Yeah. That's right. It was just some surly employee couldn't keep the sundaes and the burger straight, and a happy accident was born.
This was the worst of the riot, and we'd like to congratulate you on having the stomach to stick around to the very end. The riot exists because Radio U exists, and Radio U only exists because of your support. Find out more and give now at RadioU.com/donate.